I'm Sophia Soto with the Nerds of Color. It is such a pleasure to speak with you both, and huge congrats on the project.
Thank you.
First off, I want to
Thanks,
just start off
Sophia.
by saying everyone loves a good animated show. So, what do you enjoy most about those projects in particular?
I mean, I guess you mean enjoy most like watching or working?
Yeah, or doing anything like that. Whatever, if there's something specific to
Right.
when you voice it, or
Yeah.
if you love watching them, either way.
What I love specifically is I love seeing the way that we look like our characters and how they take our like expressions, which Skyler has been just turned into just a little thing that you put in the television and then it's colored in the lines.
Yeah, and that was a trip. That was a trip seeing it come to life. It's really fun to make in a way that like it's just really you're kind of free to do so much. Like because of COVID, we recorded a lot of the first season just in our closets, and like you're just alone in your house in your closet yelling in the dark, and like you have there's really nothing stifling you. Like you don't have to take time for camera setups or lighting adjustments or whatever it is. You're not worried about how you look. You're just kind of diving into it, and that it's really enjoyable process.
Obviously, at least for me, you guys tell me you're the experts here, but I feel like it's almost more challenging for the voiceovers because you are really creating the character simply by yourself. There's no one around you to sort of play off of. How do you go about finding that voice for the character and being like, okay, that's how I want to approach it?
Well, guidance from I recorded with Matt. I think we all recorded with different creators, which is funny. Sometimes I was.
That's fun.
I don't know. I guess. Well, we did table reads. What are we talking about? We did table reads. We couldn't be together because of the world of COVID, but I had an idea, and then after a while, you kind of get used to everyone's like voices and like not knowing the choices they're going to make, but you have an idea of who you're interacting with and what that'll sound like. So it makes it, I always feel like you guys are there.
Yeah, right. The table reads were super helpful. And then a lot of times you're just relying upon the guys to explain like the physicality of the situation. Cause sometimes like you think you understand it, but you're not, it's difficult to picture the big, all right, you guys are all crawling through an air vent and you're like 20 feet behind this, but there's an echo. So you're yelling, but like, and so they'll to the best of their ability, explain the situation. And then you'll kind of seek to like rise to that. And then until and as much time as you spend picturing it until you actually see the animation, like it's kind of impossible to know exactly what is going to happen and what it's going to look like, which is really fun.
What is that moment like when you guys sit down to watch the animation come to life? I have to imagine that's such a rewarding thing for you guys, but also such a fun thing to like discover the world really right in front of you in a whole new way.
Yeah. It's a trip. For me, the biggest thing was I'd like sounded way different than a lot of like people didn't. I'd send them the trailer to watch when it came out or whatever, and they'd be like, "Which one are you?" And I'd be like, "What?" And I like I know that I raised my voice like a lot. It's like my bar mitzvah voice basically for Dale, but like it was way more different. Like watching it, I really don't see myself or hear myself, which is I don't know, Kiersey, if that's like the same for you at all, but that was like a weird experience for me.
I think I see myself a little bit.
You see yourself?
The eyebrows. Everyone keeps pointing out Derek's eyebrows, and I'm like, yeah, actually, y'all played me, and those are my eyebrows. I always just, but I love it. I think I still am able to watch the show though without feeling like I'm watching myself. It's not as cringe as watching your self
Yeah.
in a live action movie. That makes me want to just choke.
Don't worry. I know I feel the same way when I watch my own interviews. It's like you can't watch yourself. It's just too much.
I try so that I can critique myself, but that just turns into being like, you need to get your yoga instructor license because you got to figure out you need to fix something else.
We're great. No, you're great. Please, you're great. And I want to give you both sort of the opportunity to sort of give like a little introduction to each of your characters.
You want me to go first?
Here's knock him dead. Knock him dead.
Okay. I play Derica. Derica is, I feel like I'm going to pretend this is the first time I've said this. Derica is a advocate for all people, an abolitionist, a environmentalist. She's just Gen Z. She's gonna save the world, and that's kind of what you watch her do: discover herself, save the world, break down binaries, figure out her sexuality. She's really rad.
Yeah, Dale is just a super earnest, well-intentioned dude who loves his dad, loves hiking, loves nature, Boy Scouts, and finds himself to be a major fish out of water in the Fairfax district. And then later kind of accidentally the face of Normcore without even knowing what that is, or yeah.
And Fairfax is, about that timeless struggle to be cooler than you are and fit in while standing out. I want to ask you both, like, what lesson do you hope the audience gets from it? Because I feel like that is a lesson that could apply to any age watching.
The lesson they get from Fairfax?
Yeah.
To stick by your gang.
Yeah.
Once you find your people, love them, help them, stand by them. Yeah.
I can say, yeah, that's it. She nailed it. Find your gang. Yeah. Be yourself. Everybody else is taken, right?
Unless you live in Florida. Your gang's not in Florida. You should leave.
You should move to the South Bay, like Kiersey and I did.
Find your gang.
We're just gonna get shredded by Florida news publications today. And Florida, listen, man, Florida's great. Okay.
It's funny because I do like going back home. So
yeah, I love going home, visit my grandparents in Melbourne. Different place,
That is so funny. Yeah. Find your gang.
Love Florida.
Go Florida.
Love Florida. Please, Floridians, we're one of you. Don't kill us. All right.
And I want to ask you both, what are your go-to animated shows to watch as fans?
I don't watch animated shows. I watch movies though.
Okay. Movies, yep.
My go-tos are I love Peter Rabbit, but I also watch Ratatouille probably the most. I love Rio and Rio 2. And then classics, right? Like Alice in Wonderland.
Of course.
Snow White's good.
I'd say Surf's Up is my favorite anime. Love Surf's Up. Big D. Great film. That's a sick movie. I mean, that movie doesn't get talked about.
I'm gonna have to watch it today because the way
You got Jeff Bridges, dude. It's sick. And then the show, I'd say Archer. Archer really got me. I really liked Archer. Yeah, but Surf's Up.
I've seen it. Don't worry. You're good. You're on target. You're good. And lastly, I just want to ask you, what are you both most excited for audiences to see from the show?
I'm excited for an audience to see, I think, a portrayal of Gen Z that I think is flattering. We're not necessarily making fun of them.
Right.
It's flattering and giving Gen Z their credit where it's due, even though they keep talking about millennials in a way that I just don't understand how we've ended up here and what we did to deserve this. Like, our take on you is pretty kind, so keep playing with me. Keep playing with me.
Yeah, I think they'll be stoked to see themselves represented in such a real and funny way. It's like the comedy isn't ever like malicious. It's really well intentioned, and I don't think you ever feel like you're laughing at anybody. And it's like incredibly topical and current, in a way that's like I don't think we've seen Gen Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
We haven't seen Gen Z in a feature film presentation or television presentation quite like this.
Thank you both so much again for taking the time. I truly appreciate it. Huge congrats and have a great rest of your day. All right, stay safe.
Thanks, Sophia. You too.
Bye. Thanks.
Peace.